Shri Parashakti Vidyala CBSE Class 5th Subject English.
Welcome back to English online class, my dear students. Today we are going to see a lesson, The Most Precious Possession by Domenico Victorini. In those days there lived in Florence a merchant by the name of Ansaldo. He belonged to the Armanini family, known not only for their wealth but also for the daring and cunningness of its young men. It happened that on one of his trips in search of adventure and trade, Ansaldo ventured beyond the Strait of Gibraltar after battling a furious storm and landed on one of the Canary Islands. The king of the island welcomed him cordially, for the Florentines were well known to him. He ordered a magnificent banquet, prepared and arranged to have it served in the Sumpter's Hall, resplendent with mirrors and gold, in which he had received Ansaldo. When it was time to serve the meal, Ansaldo noticed with surprise that a small army of youth carrying long stout sticks entered and lined up against the walls of the banquet hall. As each guest sat down, one of the youth took up a place directly behind him and held the stick in readiness to strike. Ansaldo wondered what all this meant and racked his brain for some clue to this odd going on. He didn't have long to wait. Suddenly a horde of huge ferocious rats poured into the hall and threw themselves upon the food that was being served. Pandemonium broke loose as the boys darted here and there waving the sticks. For many years the Florentines had enjoyed the reputations of being the cleverest people on earth, who were able to cope with any situation. Ansaldo saw a change to uphold the tradition. He asked the king's permission to go back to his ship and return shortly with two big Persian cats. These animals were much admired and loved by the Florentines and Venetians, who had first seen them in the East and who had brought many of them back to Italy. Ever since, one or two cats always completed the crew of a ship when it set out on a long journey. Ansaldo let the cats go, and before long the entire hall was cleared of the revolting and destructive rats. The astonished and delighted king thought he was witnessing a miracle. He could not find words enough to thank Ansaldo, whom he hailed as the savior of the island, and when Ansaldo made him a present of the cats, his gratitude knew no bounds. After a pleasant visit, Ansaldo made ready to sail for home. The king accompanied him to his ship, and there he showered him with rich and rare gifts, much gold and silver, and many precious stones of all kinds and colors, rubies, topazes, and diamonds. Ansaldo was overwhelmed not only by this costly gift, but also by the king's gratitude and the praises he heaped upon him and the cats. As for the latter, they were regarded with awe by all the islanders, the king and the royal household as their greatest treasure. When Ansaldo returned home, he regaled his friends with the account of his strange adventure. There was among them a certain Giocondo di Fifanti, who was as rich in envy as he was poor in intelligence. He thought, if the Iceland king gave Ansaldo all this magnificent gift for two mangy cats, what will he not give me if I present him with the most beautiful and precious things that our city of Florence has to offer? No sooner said than done. He purchased lovely belts, necklaces, bracelets studded with diamonds, exquisite pictures, luxurious garments, and many other expensive gifts, and took ship for the now famous Canary Islands. After an uneventful crossing, he arrived in port and hastened to the royal palace. He was received with more pomp than was Ansaldo. The king was greatly touched by the splendor of Giogonda's gift and wanted to be equally generous. He held a long consultations with his people and then informed Giogondo happily that they had decided to let him share with his visitor their most precious possession. Giogondo could hardly contain his curiosity. However, the day of departure finally arrived and found Giogondo on his ship, impatiently awaiting the visit of the king. Before long, the king, accompanied by the entire royal household and half the Icelanders, approached the ship. The king himself carried the precious gift on a silken cushion. With great pride, he put the cushion into Giogonda's outstretched greedy hands. Giogonda was speechless on the cushion. Curled up in the sleepy furry balls were two of the kittens that had been born to the Persian cats and Saldo had left on the Iceland. The old story does not go on to say whether Giogonda on his return to Florence ever regaled his friends with the tale of his adventure. By Domenico Vittorini. Thank you, students.